Hello, my name is Andrew Waldo, and today I'll be giving a lecture on selling your product with a value-added strategy. So, with a value-added strategy, there are 4 types of products, and we'll go over each one. Generic product, expected product, value-added product, and potential product. With the generic products, you have baseline of a product. It's the most simple item that you will sell. And it describes the product category. Instead of going through a specific product, it more generalizes it as a whole. It only gives the seller an opportunity to compete in the marketplace. Some of the examples I'll be using is from Chick-fil-A and Ritz-Carlton. In Chick-fil-A, their generic product is that they are a fast food restaurant and they supply meals to people. Ritz-Carlton's generic product is that they offer a hotel room, and that's it. There's no more because it's just the generic product. The expected product is what the customer expects along with the generic product. It completely represents the minimal expectation placed on the seller. And this is important to remember because if the minimal expectation is not met by the seller, then the customer will not be satisfied. What is expected will vary greatly depending on the customer, the location, product, and experience. Location has a lot to do because of the economics based on a certain location. If you're in an area with low income, then the expectations of how fancy and nice a hotel would be much less than a place where most people are wealthy. The product will obviously, each product will have its own individual generic and expected product. And then experiences. Experiences will affect much because they'll take their experiences with other companies in past times buying from you or someone else, and that's what they'll come to expect as the baseline of what they should be receiving. A salesperson's job is to understand what is expected, and this can be very difficult, but it is one of the largest jobs of the salesperson because they not only need to know what to sell the customer, but also what all the benefits are and other additional items that they're expecting to receive along with the generic product. Products will only be sold if the customer's expectations are met in addition to being supplied the generic product. Without meeting the expected product, you will never be able to sell because at this point you're just as good as everyone else. There's nothing setting you apart from another competitor. So only supplying this expected product does not build loyalty. There's no reason that somebody will choose your company and your product over another's. The only factor at this point would be price or convenience. So the expected product must be met, but it also needs to go beyond that. This is when we come to the value-added product. And it exists when salespeople offer customers more than they expect. And it goes beyond the expected product. Differentiates your product from another. Builds long-term customer loyalty. We all have an expectation when we go into a store or a restaurant and we order something. But when the salesperson or staff goes beyond, that's when we notice something different. And it definitely differentiates. And one of the best places to notice this is Chick-fil-A, because if you go to Zaxby's or McDonald's or another fast food restaurant and order the expected product, which is a meal, you receive it, but only at Chick-fil-A do you receive all the benefits of a very clean store, very friendly and helpful employees, and the whole atmosphere is definitely different. Another good example of this would be Publix compared to Walmart. Because at Walmart, there's not much customer service. Your selection is good as far as groceries go, but there's not that much quality. But when you go to Publix, you may be paying higher prices, but the customer service is much better. Your selection is much better. It's a clean store. It's a well-lit store. And the overall experience ends up being better, even though it may cost you more. And this really comes in when it shows its value because it builds long-term customers and loyalty. You can earn certain amounts of money from one-time sales, but the most profitable salespeople are the ones that are able to build long-term customers and are loyal to their business. Because many times another salesperson can come in and offer lower prices. So the only way you'll be able to attain business is by adding value to your product so that the customer stays loyal to you even if the price is higher. Some ways to add value is giving expert advice. We see this a lot in agriculture. Not only do you want to go somewhere and buy fertilizer, you want to go buy fertilizer somewhere where they're also going to offer their expert advice on what fertilizer, what rates, and anything else you wanted to ask. Bundling and packaging, frequent buyer program. If you have somebody who's going to be buying a lot of things, this kind of goes along with the recognition rewards level, you want them to feel that they're valued because they keep purchasing from you, which is just another incentive to keep them buying, and that they feel that they're getting something even along with what they are purchasing, they're getting even more because they're getting recognition and reward from buying. Dedicated personnel would be more of a large scale thing where you would actually have a salesperson or customer service person completely dedicated to one company and servicing all their needs. Speed of service or delivery. One good example we have of this is Amazon. They've come out with Amazon Prime, which is a faster delivery service than almost any other, and it comes at the fraction of the cost. And at this point, at least for me, and I know a lot of other people, when things take over 2 days to be delivered, it feels that it takes forever. And so they've really set themselves apart and differentiated themselves from their customer or from their competitors by having the speed. So some real world examples I'd like to go over is one is Chick-fil-A. So the generic product is a chicken sandwich. And so Zaxby's is a place that offers the same generic product. There's no difference, and most people would base the decision off price. And that's the only thing that differentiates them. The expected product is a delicious sandwich and fries. So along with the sandwich also comes fries, but Zaxby's can offer the same thing. So you still haven't differentiated the two. But the value added product of Chick-fil-A is the cleanliness of the restaurant, the niceness of the employees, and the level of care they give you. This is something that Zaxby's does not have. And so the Chick-fil-A is set apart, and when the time comes to make a decision, you're more likely to go to Chick-fil-A. The other example I'd like to give is the Ritz-Carlton. So the product is a hotel room, but even compared to a cheaper hotel like the Holiday Inn, they still have the same generic product. The expected product is a very clean and comfortable room, but then again, even at a much lower price point, would be Holiday Inn. That's why most people are going to always choose a Holiday Inn, because the price is the only thing affecting it. But the value added product is remembering you and making special arrangements to your liking before you even ask. Ritz-Carlton has been famously known to record your purchases at their hotels so that the next time you come, you already have those things set out for you. And they've used technology to record these things and have been used as an example of what you should model your business around. So why is this vital to being successful in sales? Your product must be differentiated from others. Sometimes your product or price will be better. So in this case, your product, if it is better, or if your price is better, then you will be able to sell a generic product. But with If your price is not, then you won't be able to sell. And so sometimes your product won't be as good as the competition's, and your selling point becomes the value you add to it. There's many different scenarios in which companies sell the same exact product, but the reason that one customer will choose a company over another comes down to the value that the company adds along with the product they sell. People value being valued. Most the value added strategies come with putting more focus on customer care and service, and everybody wants to feel that they are a valued client. And by doing value added strategy, you hammer that point home. And lastly, it builds long-term clients and builds loyalty. Customer retention and repeat customers are the most profitable. We all know that the price to gain a new customer is far higher than keeping a customer you already have. So by being able to build long-term clients, you're saving yourself money and maintaining good business for yourself. And this concludes my lecture on selling your product with a value-added strategy.